What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Friday, April 21st. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 12-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I'm going to save a little salary here. I like Tyler Wells. He's got a small pitching advantage here over a low salary batting team, the Detroit Tigers. Tyler Wells only giving up a .573 OPS versus righties. He's facing 5 righties here tonight, and the Tigers have only hit 4 of his last 14 pitches. That's a .286 batting average. So Tyler Wells is only $8,100 FanDuel salary. He's $1,900 less on DraftKings. So I love that DraftKings price. He's averaging 20 fantasy points per game on the season. Has an ERA of 3.86. Record is 0-1, pitching an average of 74 pitches per game. But you're going to get him pretty cheap on DraftKings, and he's got a good matchup here versus the Detroit Tigers. So I think he can put up 25 plus fantasy points here tonight. So I like Tyler Wells here versus the Detroit Tigers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So of course I like Ty France once again, still only $3,300 FanDuel salary. He's got a nice batting advantage here. Actually, his splits aren't great. It's just because it's early in the season, so these pitcher OPS numbers are quite skewed until they get enough pitches under their belt. So let's go ahead and look at the other guy that I like more than Ty France. I like Jonah Heim with a 42% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, JP Sears. Jonah Heim batting 7% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1 OPS versus lefties. JP Sears pitches his worst ball by far to switch hitters, 34% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.154 OPS versus switch hitters. And Jonah Heim is 2 for 4 here versus Sears with a 1.250 OPS. He's $3,300 FanDuel salary, $300 more on DraftKings, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been on fire, scored 38, 6, and 22 fantasy points in his last 3 games. Scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .311. So I like Jonah Heim here versus JP Sears. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Luis Arraez with a 77% batting advantage over Zach Plesac. Luis Arraez batting 40% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.180 OPS versus righties. Zach Plesac, He's pitching 37% worse to lefties as he does righties, giving up a .891 OPS versus lefties. So Luis Reyes is 4 for 14 here versus Plesac. That's a .286 batting average. He's 3,100 FanDuel salary, 1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. But take a look at this. He currently has a batting average of .438. So I like Luis Reyes here versus Zach Plesac. Now I also like Gleyber Torres. He has a 17% batting advantage over UC Kikuchi. Gleyber Torres batting 17% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .948 OPS versus lefties. UC Kikuchi giving up a .754 OPS versus righties. And I like this pick because Gleyber Torres is 8 for 18. It's a .444 batting average and a 1.111 OPS versus Kikuchi. He's 3,200 FanDuel salary, 1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .250. So I like Gleyber Torres here versus UC Kikuchi. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Josh Rojas with a 78% batting advantage over Seth Lugo. Josh Rojas batting 45% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .847 OPS versus righties. Seth Lugo giving up a .819 OPS versus lefties, pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters. Josh Rojas is 0 for 1 versus Lugo. He's 3,100 FanDuel salary, 1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, has a batting average of .333. So I like Josh Rojas here versus Seth Lugo.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Xander Bogaerts with a 99% batting advantage over Zach Gallen. Xander Bogaerts batting 56% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.205 OPS versus righties. Zach Gallen pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .716 OPS versus righties. Now I like this pick because although it's not a big sample size, Xander Bogaerts is 2 for 3 here versus Gallen with a 2.334 OPS. One of those hits was a home run. He's 3,800 FanDuel salary, 1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .350, so I like Xander Bogaerts here versus Zach Gallen. Moving on to the outfield position, home run hitter I like Mike Trout versus a low salary pitcher Taylor Clark. But if you want to save a little bit of salary here, take a look at Austin Hayes with a 60% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Michael Lorenzen. Austin Hayes batting 12% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .936 OPS versus righties. Michael Lorenzen pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a 1.6 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Lorenzen yet, Austin Hayes is $3,200 FanDuel salary, $800 more on DraftKings, or $900 more on DraftKings, and he's averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .324, so I like Austin Hayes here versus Michael Lorenzen.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.